Good day, everyone. It's Myrdith Leon-McCormack for World Bride Magazine. We have a special edition. I wanted to get someone that's on the ground in Dubai that is going to let us know what's really happening. So this is a very special edition, a break from our regular segment, and I'm honored to have this phenomenal young woman with me, Rhea.
Hey girl,
Hey, honey, how are you?
you know,
I know,
good,
I
good,
know.
good
So first, before
considering.
we get into our whole conversation, can you tell people your full name and the name of your businesses?
Absolutely. Hi guys, my name is Rhiannon Downie-Hurst. People know me as Rio. I'm the founder of Club Media Group, under which we have brideclubme.com for the lovely brides who are planning their weddings into the UAE and around the UAE and from the UAE outside of the UAE. And then Bride Club Business, which is our B2B community for the wedding industry here in the UAE. And then Rhiannon Downie-Hurst Consulting, where I consult for wedding and event entrepreneurs.
I love that. I love that. And I felt like you were the right person to have this conversation with. So I'm so glad you reached out and you said, "Hey, yes, let's chat."
Yeah.
I First of all, I'm so glad you're safe and everything is okay on the ground, as okay as can be under the circumstances. Um, what I want people to understand is who you are first and appreciate why any information coming from you is coming firsthand. Um, you are British but live in Dubai. Is that correct?
Correct. So I'm a British. I'm from England. My mum is from Sri Lanka. My dad's English, born and raised in England, and I moved to Dubai almost 19 years ago. So I've been here for quite a long time.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
now, what are the businesses that you have? Because definitely we're in the media space, so we have a magazine. Tell us a little bit
yeah,
about it. Who does it serve, and the other
yeah.
compartments to it.
Yeah, so around 13, 14 years ago, I was working for one of the big publishers here in the region, ITB Publishing.
Hmm.
And at the time, I was managing or working for Arabian Business Magazine, doing a bit of work for Time Out, and fell in love, became engaged, realized there was a complete lack of online information for brides in this region, especially for the expatriate market, not so much the local Emirati market. So from that, I decided to launch an online platform, or you could call it an online magazine, a
Right.
directory, for brides planning their weddings in the UAE.
Hmm.
And then from that, it's obviously grown and developed. And about 4 or 5 years ago, we launched the concierge element, which is a lot more personalized, where we get inquiries from around the world for couples planning their weddings here. We match them with venues, vendors, and then also we're consistently putting out editorial information, interviews, like you guys, like most media platforms, tips, advice, interviews, real weddings. And then we have the Bride Club and Me Business membership platform, which is for the industry.
Right.
So that is where we do our networking events, our workshops. We elevate the industry. We have standards. We support one another. For example, now,
Right.
the WhatsApp group is popping off. We're all supporting each other. We're doing daily check-ins. So that's Bride Club Business. And then scattered in between all of that, I do consult for wedding and event entrepreneurs who are looking to enter this market,
Yes.
or those who are here who are maybe struggling with their marketing. So I don't know, I guess I'm a wedding fairy that does everything but plan weddings.
You don't
You
need
know,
to. You got
like,
all the people underneath you. So that
yeah,
means like right now, the wedding industry, as we know, is a $300 billion global industry, and Dubai has always been the target to make itself the number one wedding destination in the world. They
yeah,
invested so much money into the industry, marketing, promoting it, the different things that's happening in Dubai, the arts, culture. It has a very diverse demographic of people. So that's what Dubai is. And in fact, I feel like it literally surpass its goal, I'm sure. But because, Dubai, the Emiratis are perfectionists and they want more and they're going to aim for it, I think they've outdone it. But
100%.
you guys, like we've met each other at different parts of the world. I think we met in Dubai and then we were in Turkey and we were just back in Turkey on a panel discussion. Um,
Yeah.
the region is so lush, has so much to do. How do you feel the current situation is going to impact its business? I want people to understand that there's people like you that's on the ground that's still making it happen. Tell me.
Yeah. Well, first of all, absolutely. Dubai, not just Dubai, Abu Dhabi, many of the Emirates have invested a lot into obviously promoting destination weddings into the region and have done an amazing job at promoting the many, many incredible reasons why people should be getting married out here. But, listen, we have weathered many a storm, literally a storm only a few years ago, like floods
Yeah.
and storms. COVID, the 2008 crisis, and each time,
Mhm.
statistically, especially Dubai, came back tenfold. Now, regional instability when it comes to things like war and things like that. I mean, first of all, I just want to clarify a few things because the media that I have been seeing in the West, in America, in the UK, wherever else is vastly exaggerated. So I just want to let everybody know that number one, we are safe.
Okay.
People are just going about their business. I'm not downplaying that, many people have been scared and we've seen some things and heard some things and it hasn't been nice. However, in general, we are safe. We're very well protected. The military have done an incredible job at protecting its citizens, including expats and locals. So number one, I just want to make that very clear. And there are not people scrambling to get out. This is a lie. Most of the expats in this region want to stay here. Like in all of the community groups, pretty much all of them are saying, we're staying, we feel safe, we're going to weather this out. Of course, there are some people that have made the decision to move, and I don't begrudge them, and I don't think anyone should.
Right.
But in general, number one, there have been no directives by the government at all. Usually, what will happen is we will all receive, especially media, we will receive a directive by the government stating weddings and events are off or XYZ or large events of X amount of people. No one's received that.
Like
Weddings and
like
events
that
are.
happened in when COVID happened.
Yes, we haven't, no one has received any directive. Therefore, weddings and events are still happening.
Mhm.
Local domestic weddings. Now, destination weddings, of course, there is going to be an impact because travel is disrupted at the
Right.
moment.
Right.
But as of today, flights have started to gradually come back on. So I've been seeing some media reports of flights pretty much coming back to full force very soon.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to clarify,
Right.
because I've seen a lot of kind of propaganda and scaremongering, and this is not true. Okay. However, however, at the concierge side, there have been brides and couples that are looking to postpone weddings, not cancel them.
Mhm.
So there's been postponements, and the wedding planners in this region and the venues have been extremely
Perfect.
supportive
Yes.
of couples,
And understanding.
understanding of their predicaments. I'm getting a lot of feedback from the planners that venues are being very, very supportive and are helping wherever they possibly can. They've been through this before with COVID. They've got their procedures in place, I'm sure. And yeah, the hospitality sector here is extremely solutions focused and always has been. So, whilst I do understand that people rightfully may have concerns, I just want to express that, it's not all as doomly as some people are trying to make it out to be.
Okay. Yeah. And typically that region has always been a little challenge because I remember when I had to go, and it's nowhere near it, but it's war circumstances. When we went to Egypt and things were going down there, everybody was like, "Oh my God, why are you going there? The peninsula, the this, the that." And I went and I felt safe. They protected us. They
Yeah.
had extra guards. They had extra everything to make sure that the tourists and everybody was fine and safe. There's just certain things that are out of our control. And what we try to tell people, just like you just said, if you
Mm,
feel unsafe, don't go. Don't go.
exactly.
Just don't come,
It,
and nobody's going to begrudge you. Nobody's going to attack you. Nobody thinks you're crazy and whatever. But
mm,
my biggest fear is always the misinformation, like somebody else's bad experience or information that's being put out in the internet that goes unchecked, that one person's experience now becomes the poster child for everybody else in there. That's where it bothers me. Like I'm seeing people have videos and then somebody else says that video was old, that was there years ago.
yeah,
Certain things are
there's
like
been
resurfacing.
Yeah, there's videos from years ago. There's AI videos. They're literally what the big sounds that we're hearing are interceptions. They're not bombs dropping.
Yeah,
They're interceptions, and it's the sonic boom. And honestly, the military here is very advanced. And if you compare the amount of missiles that have come through to the amount of impacts that have been had in, non-civilian locations,
right.
we are so protected. And this is the if I tell you this, community, the expat community always get together, and the Emiratis as well, in situations that might be a bit scary. And the way the community and the way the leaders of the UAE, and I am not being paid to say this, by the way, I'm not an influencer. I might influence a little bit in weddings, but I am not an influencer. I am
Uh-huh.
not being paid to say this because there's
Right.
reports that we're being paid to say, oh, we're safe and everything's. No, the leaders literally came out on day
Saw
two or
that.
three into the mall amongst their people to
Yes.
reassure us. I
Yes.
can't see that happening in most countries, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm not being funny, but I would much rather be in the UAE going through anything like this than anywhere else in the world,
Yeah.
because
I totally
we feel
understand.
protected, we feel safe. And the best thing that brides and couples can do right now is to stay in close communication with their wedding planners and also with their venues, because the wedding planners and the venues are the ones that are getting the directives and are getting the guidance and can provide the reassurance that they need.
Right. Right.
And also for the industry, I would always, or I would also say, and this is one thing that I stress consistently to planners here or anyone that I advise, is make sure you have your contracts in order,
Yeah.
always. Your force majeure, circumstances beyond your control,
Absolutely.
refunds, because, some haven't, they plan weddings without contracts, which is crazy to me. So,
And that's
and
why
we're
you're the consultant.
exactly. And this is why we're actually hosting a roundtable talk with one of the best lawyers in the region for the
Right.
wedding industry next week.
Oh,
And he's going to be,
fantastic.
yeah, because I mean, this is how I'm pivoting right now. I'm like, right, what do the industry need? What are they struggling with? What are they scared
Absolutely.
about? And I'm just trying to help the best I can.
Right.
Um, and we're all just trying to do the best we can right now. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So, wedding planners, and you know what? You just made a very valid point. This is why, if I'm a wedding planner here in the US and I want to bring a bride to the UAE, why it's important to have collaboration and partnership, to have people on the ground that's going to make sure that everything is on the up and up on the other side of it. Because with you being in one location and you don't have a partner who's going to be your eyes and ears, you're doomed. You're literally
100%.
doomed. So when something
Yeah.
like this happens, everybody starts to panic. And if you depend on the news to do it, we, how do you know? How do you
Exactly.
know? And it's so interesting. The same thing
Exactly.
happened with Jamaica. They had their big hurricane, and I'm dealing with someone now in the grill, and then whatever happened, it happened. I think it was in Montego Bay. He says that's like something happens in Brooklyn, and then you want Jersey to feel the same impact. It's two different ways. It might be on the same region, but it doesn't impact the same way. So that's where we tell people it's important to collaborate, have partnerships, have professionals that you trust on the ground of wherever you are so that information can be fact checked for you, which is really important. And I'm glad to hear that you're creating this circle, this network for the local businesses there so that they feel they have the support, which is very important. Very
Absolutely,
important.
because our B2B community especially is made up of newbies, baby planners, entrepreneurs, and the OGs who've been there for years,
Right.
and all of them are supporting one another. I'll give you one beautiful example. Um, One of our members was not stranded, but was stuck in
Mhm.
Turkey while the flights were completely stopped
Right.
for a few days. And she was communicating with us alone, didn't know anybody, was there for 5 days total. So she managed to get back yesterday. So, we put her in touch with Meltem. And
Oh,
Meltem met her, had a cup of tea with her, showed her around, gave her a hug, was a friendly face,
you see what
and
I'm
this is what
saying?
I'm talking about. This is community, and this is the beauty of our industry, I think, as well, is we might be regional, but we're very global. And I feel like we're very supportive of one another through a
Absolutely.
crisis and through difficult times. And this is how it should be. It's short-term uncertainty at the moment, and I think people have a bit of PTSD from COVID about how this is going to impact financially their businesses.
Right.
So, another thing we're looking at doing is hosting a check-in where we're looking at alternative revenue streams, potentially planning for the
Fantastic.
worst. But it won't, like, honestly, we've always bounced back and bigger
Yeah.
than ever.
Yeah.
And, the domestic brides are very much still having their weddings here. And I think that will actually increase,
Yeah.
you know, so lean into that. It's going to be okay. I just want to reassure people as an expat of 19 years in this region and seeing how the UAE in particular responds to difficult times, it's going to be okay.
Thank you so much for that. We needed to hear that, and we wanted to hear from someone we trust. And please let us know how we can continue to support you and your upcoming activities. And I'd love to be able to share your information with wedding professionals that are looking to do stuff in Dubai so that they can ask you directly. Hey, what's the situation? My bride wants to come for her honeymoon here and there. What can we do?
Yeah, and if you are a destination wedding planner and you have couples who have concerns, have questions, or if you need my help with anything, honestly, my email is always open, my DM is always open. Um, you know, I'm just here to help in any way I can. So,
Can you
yeah.
give us that information? What's your
Sure,
contact?
sure. So my email is rhiannon@brideclubme.com. You can follow Bride Clubber at brideclubberme. And then Rhiannon Downie-Hurst is the consulting page, and the business membership pages at BCME Biz.
Fantastic. So when is your upcoming event and is it live in person or can people join in Zoom or how do people become members of your bride club?
Oh, Bride Club Business.
Yes.
Yeah, so Bride Club and Me Business, we have a membership form. They just need to complete that. It goes through a vetting process. So we obviously check it. Say for example, you're based here, you have to be legal licensed. We
Right.
check for social media, website, things like that. And then it goes through an approval process. If you go to at BCME Biz in the bio, you'll see the link and you'll see all the
Okay.
information, all the benefits of being a member.
Fantastic. Well, thank you
Thanks for
so
that. I didn't know
much,
I was going to get to plug
Rio. I love you. Oh my God. I'm so glad you're
that.
safe. I'm
Lovely.
so glad you're able to give my readers and viewers the comfort that they need to know. Because people were checking on me and saying, "Oh my God, are you still in Qatar? Oh my God, are you in Dubai? Hey, what's going on?" And literally my assistants were like, "Call your people in Dubai. Call your people." And we started texting each other, everybody. And so it's so
Ah,
wonderful that just the community and knowing that
it's
everybody
human
is safe.
nature for
It
people to
really is.
worry. I'm not going to lie and say, the first few days I wasn't a little shaky because it hasn't
Of
been the best
course.
of times.
Of course.
But, in general, listen, I mean, my son's gone for a dog walk right now. My husband's gone for a massage. We're
Good.
okay.
We're glad to hear that. We're so glad to hear that. Thank you, Rio.
All right. Take care. God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 So, guys, there you have it. That was Rio. She is their Bride Club Me, and all her business information is going to be listed below. So, you can contact her if you want to do any business in Dubai. If you're looking to do business in Dubai, this might be a good time to start thinking about it and making your moves. So, until the next time, ciao, Bella.